In 24 hours, there's going to be about a foot of snow here, and I have a lot to do to get ready, so let's put the garden to sleep. I'm Mr. White Christmas, I'm Mr. Snow, I'm Mr. Icicle, I'm Mr. Ten Below. Winds call me Snow Miser, whatever I touch, starts to melt in my clutch. I'm too much. Too much. Probably should have brought that ladder inside. Oh well. What is it? You come sit with me? We can watch the snow together. Ollie, do you see the snow? You see? Look how it's snowing. Wow. What do you think? Cold. You don't know what it's like to be cold. Seeing as pretty much all of my garden is covered in not as thick a layer of snow as I expected, but still a thick layer nonetheless, today we're going to tackle quite a few indoor activities. I first want to check in with my little impromptu low tunnel I made in my last video, which was a failure. Success in that it served its purpose in protecting my plants, failure in that the hoops themselves did not hold up. I think if I were to do this again, I would double or triple up the wires and tape them or zip tie them together. Luckily, the posts that I used actually did all the work and held up the plastic, and they did not puncture the plastic, but I'm not going to bet on it next time. So it was a good experiment. We lived, we learned, and we will try again another day. I also have this little lupin experiment. I sewed these outside in this little tray, if you want to call it that, put a little plastic lid on it, and I've just been letting them go, and they've been germinating. They're starting to put up their first true leaves, which is exciting. So I'm going to try to transplant these out into the garden when it's not covered in snow. On to indoor tasks, we have quite a few. The first is chrysanthemum cuttings. It's time for some indoor gardening. Task number 1 is taking chrysanthemum cuttings. A few days ago, I realized I probably shouldn't have just left my chrysanthemums to the elements to bear the brunt of winter all by their lonesome. So I brought them inside and I put them in my grow room / office, and they have started doing what plants do when they have light and warmth, and they've started growing. So I'm going to take some cuttings. Unfortunately, my labeling system did not go as well as I had hoped. So quite a few of them, if not all of them, are going to be a surprise. My plan was to try to take cuttings so I could sell them, but if I don't know what they are, I don't think I'm going to sell ones. I don't know who would want to buy a chrysanthemum or a plant when they don't know what it is. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. First, I want to see if I can actually take cuttings and make cuttings. They're supposed to be pretty easy to root, so I'm going to fill up my Never Sink Tools fancy seed starting tray and just use as many of the little cells as I can until hopefully they're all filled up. And yeah, they're going to be popped under some grow lights and just live on and live happy, and I'm going to water them. And I am going to be a little risky with some of the cuttings. I'm not sure where you cut them, but if they're supposed to be good at rooting or taking cuttings, then there should be no problems. New goal added to the list this year: be better at labeling. I have a pretty janky and DIY setup for starting my seeds indoors, complete with plastic characters and toys, but I have quite a bit of things going on here, and in the future I want to do a seedling tour, but for now we have onions to tend to. Ollie! That's my pants string, stop! Ollie! This is our garden helper today. So far he's been eating dirt and hunting fungus gnats for me, and apparently trying to take my pants off. Yeah, buddy? What is it? Well, you want to help me cut onions? Would you like to help me cut my onions? These are my red Cabernet onions. These are my red Cabernet onions. I started them, oh, I don't know. Well, it says it on the thing. I started them on December 26th, which is, I think, about a month earlier than I did last year. Yeah, they're red onions. They're starting to push out their second leaf, if you could call it that. And I'm going to give them a little haircut. Basically, just to about the 3 to 4 inch height. Just sort of go along. Give them a trim. My goal is to just do better than I did last year. Learning as we go. I'll link the video that I'm sort of following down below. It was very insightful and helpful. So these are red Cabernet onions. They're an intermediate day. If you don't know, there's like 3 different day length type of onions. I live in an intermediate day zone, so I have intermediate day onions. Oh, look at this guy. Very, very sad. Oh, he's so sad. Oh, Mr. Boy. We give him a little workout. They feel really good. They look good. Some of them look really weird, but I think it's because the seed is old. So you can see that some of them are pushing second leaves, second growth points. I don't know if they're called leaves with onions, but see, there's another one that's got, so they're growing, they're progressing. My plan is to have these out around March, so I still have another month to 2 months that I'll be growing these, but they're pretty low maintenance for me, I feel, because I have them in my office, so I literally check all the time, every day. Got extra leaves. See how they have these kinks? I don't remember that happening last year, but what I've been doing is just going in and just snipping the kinky ones, even if it's a little short. That one already has a second growth, so I think they'll be good. They feel pretty, you know, bouncy. I don't know what I'm looking for, but they look good. And I love how, like, at the very bottom, you can see that they're red. Like, you can see that they're little, this is the sad one. Oh, so sad. I don't know what to do. But it's like a little forest of onions. I've also decided to try to keep a little log of what I do. So you can see I fertilized and watered. I've been just using the Neptune's Harvest fish fertilizer, and we'll see if that perks these up. See how yellow they are? They were really dry, but you can kind of tell that the soil is damp. There's a fly. Lovely. Which brings me to my next task. I got these sticky traps from a local nursery for $1.29 each. I was able to just buy single ones. And look, we have victims, casualties. Hopefully that helps. Last year I had issues with the fungus gnats, but everything that I grew pretty much did okay once I got them out of my house, but it's better to have them than not, and I already bought them, so I'm going to add them. And they're just stuck to a little popsicle stick, and I saw this method. I'll link the video that I saw, but we've got a bunch of things. So yeah, let's do that. So I got, I think, 3 or 4 of them, and my plan is to just use one every like 1 to 2 weeks, and that should get me through February at least, but we'll see. So I'm just going to actually do 2 of them, And I don't really know how you're supposed to use these, but they're clearly working a little bit. I'm going to just cut along this line. Cut 2 strips. Get out my popsicle sticks, make my little traps. Set them. Hopefully we catch something good. Hopefully we catch a biggin. From my understanding, also, fungus gnats are in the soil. I mean, they're just in there, and it's sort of on us as home gardeners, I guess, to get rid of them. So you can like boil the water, and that will apparently destroy the eggs. I haven't done that because I don't really have a place to do that. That's gonna not make a huge, gigantic mess. So, like I said last year, I had them, but all my plants seem to do okay. But I'd rather not have them flying around and doing whatever they're doing. So, better safe than sorry, eh? Trap time. I think we need to... Oh, Kevin! Kevin! What are you doing? This is Kevin. He stands guard against fungus gnats. He's not doing very good at his job. The trick is I don't want my plants to get stuck to them, but it's kind of hard the way that I'm starting to not have my plants be stuck to the trap. But I definitely want one here. What soil I used, but I just feel like I see a lot over here. So let's try to catch them all. Let's see if we'll get that one. See him? Oh, he's so close. You see it? Did he get there? Oh. Go that way. Go, go, go. Go that way. Oh, he was thinking about it. Finally, my fourth and final task, more flowers. My pride and joy, my little baby snapdragons. These are, I think, the lavender something from Johnny's that I got last year, and I'm just using up the rest. I had success with snapdragons last year, and I also had failures, which is a theme here. We live and we learn, you know, as we go. But this year, these are looking really good, and I'm very excited. Hoping to put them out in that little protected low tunnel with reinforced hoops, of course. We might be getting some more snow, and they'll need to be hardened off, but they should be protected in there and grow nice and strong. They're looking really good, so I just wanted to kind of do a little Tetris, and this is called pricking them out. At least they say that across the pond. I'm not sure what they say at stateside, but it's basically when you kind of honestly rough them up a bit by transplanting them. Obviously, not all plants can handle this. There are some plants that once you plant them, you don't want to touch them at all. And other plants kind of like having their roots disturbed a bit. I think from my experience, every time I do this with snapdragons specifically, they love it. They perk right up. They look bigger than they did before, and they just thrive in new space. Some of the roots on these were insane. But anyways, that's the end of my tasks for today. The snow has been very insightful. It's been telling me things. It's been showing me that I have a lot of visitors, and also showing me where the sun goes. And I've been working on a very, very big, exciting project. So hopefully my seeds won't be in my little tiny office for very long. That's going to be for another video. So thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, comment if you have any questions, or just let me know how you're doing. How's your garden? Do you have snow covering everything? Are you doing indoor tasks? Are you doing seed starting? Let me know. I hope you're staying warm and staying safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.